Have you ever wished you could be someone unshakable, someone who doesn't care about criticism, rejection, loss, or betrayal? Have you ever dreamed of the day when that silent pain inside you, the anguish that eats you from the inside out, finally disappears, even when you pretend to be fine on the outside? Maybe you're tired of trying to please everyone, of maintaining an image that demands strength all the time, when all you really want is a moment of rest from the pressure of being untouchable. But here's something that maybe no one has dared to tell you. As long as you try to avoid pain, it will continue to control you. As long as you try to numb yourself, protect yourself, or hide, you remain a hostage to everything around you. The words that wound you, the actions that disappoint you, the silences that eat at you inside. This isn't weakness, it's reality, and most people live this way. The only difference is some pretend better than others. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in depth psychology, said we are not what happens to us, but what we choose to become. That's the key. It's not about shielding yourself from the world. It's not about becoming cold, indifferent, or untouchable. It's about integration. It's about bringing to light everything that affects you in the dark. True strength isn't the absence of pain. It's full awareness of who you are, even when you're bleeding. If you've made it this far, it's not by chance. This message is for you who are tired of hurting yourself through everything and everyone, who feel that you are always at an emotional disadvantage, as if others hold power over you that you cannot understand. I want to show you that it doesn't have to be this way, but you will need to face truths that may hurt. And perhaps for the first time, this pain will set you free. You may believe that what hurts you is out there in other people's actions, in poorly chosen words, in betrayals, in abandonments. But here's the brutal truth. None of it has power over you unless there's already an open wound inside you. What hurts is not what others do to you. It's what those experiences activate within you. It's the story you tell yourself about them, the old trauma that has never been addressed, the emptiness you try to disguise with strength, pride, or the desperate need to seem well-adjusted. Jung shows us that the pain we feel in the world outside is merely a reflection of what hasn't yet been integrated into our inner world. That's why some people survive devastating events with clarity, while others crumble over a single comment. It's not about what happens, it's about where it hits you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You still suffer because on some level, you believe you can control how the world treats you. You're trying to be good enough, smart enough, strong enough, understanding enough, as if that guarantees no one will hurt you. But control is an illusion. As long as you cling to it, you live in constant tension, trying to predict the unpredictable, avoid the inevitable. Do you want to stop suffering? Then stop protecting yourself from it. What you need is not more control, but more awareness. As long as you believe people need to change for you to stop feeling pain, you remain enslaved by the actions of others. Your freedom begins the moment you realize that everything external only has power if it finds an echo within you. That's exactly where the real battlefield lies. The unconscious, what you don't see, don't understand, and haven't mastered. Until you face it, it masters you. The biggest lie you've been told is that you are in control of your life. Wake up. You're not. At least not while you continue living on autopilot, reacting without knowing why, feeling without understanding the source, making decisions that later sabotage you. Jung made it clear, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That's exactly what's happening to you right now. The pain you feel, the sudden anger, the sadness that invades you without explanation, it isn't random. These are messages from parts of you that have been forgotten, ignored, repressed. Jung called this territory the unconscious. It's not vague thoughts. It's an active system of memories, trauma, desires, and fears that you avoid, but which dictate how you feel and act. You wonder why some words destroy you while others barely touch you. That's because they strike sensitive points inside you that are still alive. And they're alive because you never confronted them. You only pushed them under the rug. Now you keep tripping over them. Jung said we cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. And what have you been doing? Judging yourself, repressing yourself, silencing yourself, hoping it will solve something. The truth is, the unconscious does not disappear because you ignore it. It manifests in toxic relationships, repeating patterns of self-sabotage, anxieties, and fears that appear when life seems fine. This isn't bad luck. It's your unconscious trying to wake you up and you keep sleeping. Do you want to stop being hurt? Stop running from what's inside you. Until you face your unconscious, you remain a puppet of your emotions. The more you shield yourself from external pain, the more vulnerable you become to internal pain. There is a way out, not through defense, but through integration. Becoming untouchable is not defiance. It's deep knowledge. Most people think avoiding pain means closing themselves off. They build walls, masks, armor, pretending nothing affects them. I don't care anymore, they say. Inside, they still bleed. The problem is never feeling. The problem is not knowing why you feel. Jung was precise. Know all the theories, master all techniques. But when touching a human soul, be just another human soul. That soul you hide behind your strong, controlled character is screaming to be seen. Emotional strength isn't coldness. It isn't ignoring pain or avoiding conflict. It's integration, acceptance, bringing to light what you've buried. You become untouchable, not by barriers, but by embracing yourself fully. Shadows, fears, flaws, insecurities, integrate them, and you stop reacting to everything. You are no longer an emotional puppet. That's freedom. Jung called this individuation, becoming who you truly are, not what others expect, not what you thought you had to be loved. Individuation isn't perfection, it's wholeness. Here's the secret no one tells you. The more you run from pain, the more it chases you. Ignoring it only makes you fragile. Facing it, embracing it, accepting who you are with all your beauty and flaws, nothing outside can dismantle you. But it takes courage. The courage to look within, to abandon masks, to feel. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the gateway to transformation. Suffering has been taught to you as weakness. You were told that feeling too much makes you vulnerable. So you ran, denied, hid. Yet pain changes form. Anxiety, anger, boredom, self-destructive impulses. Ignored pain digs tunnels inside until everything collapses. Jung saw pain differently, as the soul's messenger, the unconscious speaking, calling your attention. Depression, he said, is like a lady in black. Invite her, listen. Most of us silence, distract, numb ourselves. Suffering only hurts because you resist it. Part of you wants growth, another clings to old patterns. Friction creates pain. Change hurts, growth hurts, letting go hurts. This is mourning, internal death and rebirth. Through ruin, the real you emerges, stripped of protection, performance, mask. Pain becomes sacred. It brings you to your knees before the only thing that can free you, yourself. Few start the individuation journey. Fewer finish. It offers no comfort, no guarantees, and it destroys your ego. Jung called it becoming who you truly are, unlearning illusions, achievements, traumas, personas, all survival mechanisms. Survival is not living. Individuation brings repressed parts to the surface. You tear off the mask, face your shame, neediness, anger, and say, I see you, you do not control me. This clarity gives strength independent of approval, recognition, or control. You no longer need everyone's love to win arguments or appear strong. Integration is your core armor. Storms come, you feel pain, but you don't break. You may be hurt, but you don't lose yourself. Depth comes with loneliness, not isolation, but distance. Few can accompany you. Most remain on the surface, in masks, avoiding feeling. Distancing isn't pride, it's maturation. You leave the places you once hid. True protection is clarity, not strength. Awareness shields you. Triggers, patterns, wounds, once understood actions of others cannot destroy you. You feel, but you don't drown. You suffer, but don't lose yourself. Those who dive deep find silence, stability, and power. Living from integration and presence means the world cannot find where to hit you. If this reaches you, awaken here and now. Choose awareness. Stop surviving by pretending to be strong. Start living truthfully. The next step in this journey continues. Real transformation begins when you go beyond the first step. You wonder why some words destroy you while others don't. That's because they strike sensitive points inside you that are still alive. And they're alive because you never faced them. You only shoved them under the rug. Now you keep tripping over them. Jung said we cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation doesn't liberate, it oppresses. So what have you been doing? Judging yourself, repressing yourself, silencing yourself, hoping it will solve something. The truth is, the unconscious doesn't vanish because you ignore it. It manifests in toxic relationships, repeating patterns of self-sabotage, anxieties, and fears that appear when life seems fine. This isn't bad luck. It's your unconscious trying to wake you, and you keep sleeping. Awakening is not a magical event. It is a daily choice. It is looking within, even when it hurts. It is taking responsibility for everything you feel, without blaming others, the past, or fate. Carl Jung said, What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. And that's the truth. You have spent your whole life resisting the fear of not being enough, the emptiness of rejection, the pain of loneliness, the anguish of not feeling seen. But what did you do with all of that? You hid. You silenced yourself. You tried to control everything. You tried to be perfect. You tried to be strong. And all of this brought you here, exhausted, tired of fighting the world and fighting yourself. Now you know, true emotional immunity is not hardness. It is clarity. It is not about building armor. It is about expanding your awareness. When you understand your triggers, your patterns, your wounds, the actions of others lose the power to destroy you. You still feel, but you don't drown. You still suffer, but you don't lose yourself, and that changes everything. What shields you is not avoiding life. It is diving into it deeply. Those who live on the surface get hurt by any wave. Those who dive know the silence, the stability, the power that exists down below. That is where you are headed. When you begin to live from that place of integration, presence, and acceptance, the world may try to knock you down, but it no longer finds where to hit you. If this video has touched you in any way, if something within has awakened, write in the comments, "I choose awareness." Let's start a movement of people who no longer survive by pretending to be strong, but who live in truth. And don't forget, the next video is also part of this journey. Keep going. Real transformation only begins when you don't stop at the first step. See you there.